Um, I said that I was going to make a video and talk about the some of the legacies or some hidden truth that I feel like the Ghanaian society or the world, if I may say, have not um, have not looked at in terms of the legacy of our very late president John Evans Mills. And today, I'm not going to be all biblical and just be real and talk from experience because um, this is something that I was a part of. I saw it happening. I felt it happening. I felt the atmosphere, and I saw it. And it didn't make sense then, but now, looking at the way things have ended up to the point where our president has been deceased, I tend to see the clear picture of what everything meant. And this is basically in 2008, I was in Ghana, and that's when the elections were going on, and there was a lot of tension. If anybody was present during that time, the latter days, getting close to December for elections, there was a lot of tension. And it brought up so much fear and it generated so much, if I may say, so much fear that people were scared at what could happen. So it got to the point where even Christians and people from all different religions decided that we need to come together and pray for this nation because we need peace. Regardless if it's MPP, if it's NDC, if it's PNC, if it's CPP, we need peace. But all along, and I say this because I knew a lot of Christians who went to mountains, if they do it in Ghana, like areas to literally pray for God specifically. And they did. They prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. So when the first results of the elections came out, and then they said Nanaldo was the person who is in lead, people just kept praying, Lord, we want peace, because now it was about to end up at a runoff. And then in a runoff, it was very, very scary at that point because the NDCU supporters or people in Ghana at that time, they wanted the power, and it looked like regardless of what happened, they wanted to take the power, and they were going to do it with any force, by any means necessary. So it was very, very, very frightening if you were living during that time. You would hear of people going here for campaign, or this person from this party has killed this person. It was very, very scary. And one of my favorite teachers, Alfred, he said that our country is living on an ethnic time bomb, as in once the ethnicity war explodes, that's it. Ghana is doomed forever. So looking at it right now and looking at what happened when after the runoff results came, and then it emerged that our president John Evans Mills was the winner. You see, at that point, and this is something that I always bash Christians on, Christians were very hypocritical. Because even though that they were praying that God should give the nation peace, once God elected President John Evans Mills, people were like, oh God, and we're going back into the era of curfew and Ghanaians, and we're about to be oppressed once again, and so many different things. But what man did not understand at that moment was that if Atta Mills was not elected, Ghana would have faced that ethnic time bomb that my teacher talked about. Because people wanted the power so bad. The Asantes, as always, are majority MPP of followers. And then you have a lot of different ethnic groups and all different ethnicities who base basically their vote on the ethnicity of the person. And it was very scary, honestly. It was very, very scary. So with the election of President John Evans Mills, till now is when I understand that if he was not elected and Nana Akufo-Addo was elected in 2008, I don't think we will see the peace that we see in Ghana that we've always enjoyed right now. Because the tension that built up, and it was so weird the way God worked, because almost everyone in Ghana was optimistic that Nana Akufo-Addo has taken it. So it came up a quote that they call one touch. So Nana is going to take a one touch. Nana is going to win one touch. Nana is going to win one touch. But then it emerged that John Evans Atta-Mills was the winner. Even though the primary elections brought it forth that Nana Akufo-Addo was leading John Evans Atta-Mills. But the runoff pulled it off as John Evans Atta-Mills was the one that won. So with insight and with clear understanding of it, I got to the point where I realized that no, if this man, who is today deceased, was not elected as the president of Ghana, we would have seen a civil war in Ghana. So to me, I really do believe that John Evans Atta-Mills was appointed for his time in Ghana. And even with that, the transitioning of power was so smooth to the point that a lot of writers wrote that the victory of John Evans Atta-Mills means victory for Africa and victory for African democracy. So when this man, who a lot of Ghanaians did not even appreciate, one was a peacemaker for Ghana. He came and just his appointment literally flourished democracy in Africa. And the fact that he died even makes things much more weird. Because right after he passed, the nation as a whole mourned him on that day. And then on that very day, a small country like Ghana did something that, to the best of my knowledge, America and other countries have done, which means swearing in a new president on that day. It's something that's very, very intense. And it's something that I think every Ghanaian should be proud of. That our country, through one man, John Evans Atta-Mills, we saw peace and we've seen democracy. So honestly, it is a loss that we've lost. And I urge every Ghanaian that from now on, do not see a president as a political leader or a party leader. Rather see him as someone appointed, because I have grown to believe to the extent that God would never give Ghana a leader without being ordained. And John Evans Atta-Mills is exactly the model for that. Because his appointment, though people didn't like him, though people spoke about him, though people insulted him, though people disrespected him, to this point I realized that he was appointed by God and he served his purpose. So as many have said, let us not think of him as the NDC president. He is a man who was appointed by God, who sustained the peace in Ghana, and who held up high democracy in Africa. His life and his death should be something that's celebrated, because he is the real Blackstar. God bless you for watching. Bye-bye.